So Bezat Hashem, we're back here in the Limud of Mishnah Berurah. Today is the 11th of the month of Av, right? You guys ate meat already yesterday? Right? Ate meat?
Not yet.
Not yet? Not yet? That's the only question. That's the only question I got yesterday. Rabbi, are we eating meat? I said, do me a favor. Admit, and I'm telling you, admit, when I was growing up, I've never heard of somebody saying till the 11th. Till I came to Florida. Till the 11th, they wait. The Chumrod, שיש בו, I don't know about. So I told him, you know what? I'm gonna take the Ashkenazi road. I'm not gonna take Ben Ishchai road, even though it is. Minhag Bukharim and Ben Ishchai. At Motzei Yom Tov, you eat basar and shelot. I don't know what's going on, but whatever. This is what it is. Baruch Hashem. Okay, let's go back to Mishnah Berurah, Sif Katan Yudalad. So yesterday we were in discussion that question of Rabbi Yaakov, that the Jew owns a bathhouse, right? He rents it out. He didn't sell it to another Jew. He rented it out. Now the Jew wants to rent out to a goy. That we said will be asur. Why? Because the question is, Israel nirad asur de al ze yachshedu oto Israel bala merchat she'ayin Yehudi hu sechir yomo. So it is like Rabbi Yaakov saying, exactly what Rabbi Yaakov was saying, and I was wrong yesterday. I was just repeating Yud Gimel. Yesterday Rabbi Yaakov was pointing out to us, it's not talking about the new renter is going to have a problem, the chshad. It's actually going to be the previous owner whose name is on the title, whose name is on the bathhouse. Yaakov, you there? Page 6. Look at page 6 and Yud Gimel, Sif Katan Yud Gimel. Look, do me a favor. Behind you there's a tissue box, if you don't mind. A little bit sweaty. Rush. Okay. So like this. So we're going to now continue. So Rabbi Yaakov was yesterday was right. I was wrong. I was thinking that there's going to be chshad on the person who rented it from the Jew. No, the original owner, who's still the owner of the bathhouse, and his name is on it, by the way. It makes sense that since, even though he rented it to, let's say, Sofer bathhouse, rented it out to Zohar, and now Zohar wants to rent it out to Goy, even though Zohar is subletting, but since if a Goy opens it on Shabbat, everybody will say that the Goy is actually working for me, because my name is still on the property. Yudalit, so continues Mishnah Berurah. Yudalit, right there where you stopped. I just was repeating yesterday, making sure that everybody knows I was wrong. That's all. Mm-hmm. I know that people think that I'm, I don't want to get into my head that I'm always right. Even though my house.
So basically, it's asur.
Yeah.
From a Jew to a Jew.
To a Jew and to a Goy, yeah, because because of chshad. Because of chshad, that people will suspect that the original owner is giving it a schachir yom, is giving it daily rental to a Goy. There'll be a problem.
If B&H photo now.
Not if. 1 second. You have to understand one more important general rule. The general rule is that people in that town don't do this. They don't rent out bathhouses to the Goyim. That's the problem here. If everybody in the town rents out bathhouses to the Goyim, then there's not a problem at all. It's a common occurrence. If it's not a common occurrence, we're suspecting of people being suspicious of you that you are mechalel the halacha. That's all. Okay? You done it? Yeah. Okay. No, I just wanted to add this little joke over here. I'm always right in my mind, right? But my rabbi always takes my wife's right side. Stop reading. And you know what I do? I do what my rabbi says. I'm wrong, right? Like we said, remember that rule? What's the rule?
You can be married or you can be right.
No, what's the rule?
The wife is always right.
No, what's the rule?
If you want to be neighbors?
You want to be happy, or you always want to be right? That's it, you have to choose one of them. That's the general rule in life. You could be always happy, or you could be always right. Okay, let's see, Yudalit. So the Chazar v'hiskiram. So now, what happened was, he's going back on Shulchan Aruch right now. The Yudalit is going to be on Haggah, still in the Ramah. So the Ramah told us, so where's the Yudalit here? Okay, so So this he explains now. How is it? What's going on here? Why is that going to be a problem in the neighborhood where the Jews don't rent out the bathhouses to Goyim in this kind of partnerships, this kind of behavior? So he says the Zohar came and rented from me, and now Zohar rents to a Goy. Yesh omrim. So Rabbi explains. With me?
No.
Okay. Yud Dalet. Siv Yud Dalet. Here, page 6. Siv Katan Yud Dalet in the bottom. Here. Yaakov, on this side. Oh, here. On the right side. Right side. Yeah, right there. Where your fingers are. You see? Are you on page 6? No, don't look like you're on page 6.
Dalet.
No, page 6. Right there. What you're showing, please, you done it. Right where your finger was. Right there. A little bit up, go up a little bit. Up. About 7 lines. Yeah, right there. Right there where your finger is, right now. Yeah, you done it. You see that you done it?
I think it's in the next page.
No, that's what
Let me see.
You're done.
Oh, no, he's on page 8. Here he is. Okay, so you're right here. You done it. You're bed. Show him you done it. Put your finger there. Okay, let's go.
Thank you.
No problem. Now, the point of this limud is not that I'm just reading for you the halacha. I want you to go inside and to look inside how we get to the halacha. So I'll be reading and translating word for word. Try to keep attention. If you don't understand something, a word in the, let's say you want to read for yourself. You want to read to your children. The point over here is not for you to be just entertained. This is no entertainment business. I want you to be able to give this to your children. How you do that? You look inside, read it once or twice. If you don't understand something, Rabbi, what does this word mean? Go over it. We'll repeat it and try to make sure you understand it. Good. Yeah? Everybody knows how to read Hebrew, right?
Yeah.
Hebrew, everybody reads? Good. Yodalet. The Chazar ve'askiram. So this is a scenario where Zohar sublet from me and now he gave it to a goy. Yesh omrim, the b'schirut name eina mutar ela k'shelo yashav bo ha'Yisrael. Okay? So we said, we already enumerated where a Jew build, this is a scenario where he build a bed house, but nobody occupied it, nobody worked it. So he says, Yesh omrim, there is some say, nireh, the b'schirut nami eino mutar elo k'shelo yashav bo Israel. When are you allowed to rent it to a goy? Only when there is no name of a Jew on the bed house. Then there will be allowance. Only then there will be allowance to rent a bed house to a goy. Okay? Says over here.
1 second, sir. If you sell your bad house, I think we touched this point.
No, not if. Just put the if aside. He just wants to start something. He's starting a conversation. Let's just finish his point. Then we'll see what he's saying. He's saying like this: that the whole concept, the only time, according to this opinion, you're allowed to rent a bed house to a goy, so long as never in the history this bed house belonged to a Jew, was run by a Jew. That's the only time. That's some say. Okay, just an opinion. So he says like this, but Ish Mazliach adds here something.
Again, it's a very specific situation.
Yeah,
Jewish
specific.
neighborhood. Commonly, it's not rented to goyim.
No, other way around. Even anytime, a bed house had a Jewish name on it, will be asur to rent to a goy, because it will be considered schar yom, and it's only the goy's work is employed by you. That's the problem. Some say that. That's a chumrah. But let's see. Ish Mazliach adds something here for a second. Everybody just hold your finger by Bob HaYisrael. Put your finger there, hold. So Ish Mazliach, he brings that yes, there are some shittot that hold that even in a place, even in a place where there was commonly that there is such a thing as the goy bed houses are being rented to goyim, he says they'll be against that opinion. They are against that opinion that allow a bed house that was ever occupied and owned by a Jew to be rented to a goy. That's it. That's the rules. That's the rules according to them. כמו שכתב הבית יוסף בקנה, so that's as brought down by בית יוסף. אבל האלי רבא, there's a sefer called אלי רבא, ושערי האחרונים כתבו, דבשכרו מעין היהודי, אף שישב בו הישראל, מותר להזכירו לעין היהודי. דלה נקרא שמו עליו. Yeah, that they argue and they say that, let's say that a bed house belonged to a goy. It came a Jew and rented it for a while. Then he decided to sublet it to a goy. It will be allowed. Why? Because in reality, the bed house still does not have the name of a Jew on it. Even though, according to the opinion we just mentioned, sounds like that since the Jews were running the business for a while, now it will be prohibited completely for a Jew to sublet. But even though in this scenario, all the Achronim say, no, we don't listen to the opinions. There's two opinions. They're Miutan shebemiutan, they're in the small bracket. Since we have more achronim, more rabbanim who say it's allowed, what's the big deal? It's not. The name was never occupied. The name never changed. It's Bobby's bed house. It's not now Sofer's bed house.
The ownership didn't change.
The ownership never changed, even though the ownership did change in the meanwhile.
It's a rent.
Owner, yeah, no, but the owner still. So maybe now maybe the Jew is subletting it to a goy. So we don't. That far we didn't go. The chshad, the suspicion, didn't go that far. We didn't analyze it, and basically he's saying that these two opinions they hold strictly against this whole concept of renting a bed house to a goy, ever. Once a Jew rent it, yeah.
But let's say that a Jew sells a bad house to a goy.
Right.
Do you need to tell the goy, hey, take the name out?
For sure. I mean, unless that's a part of the contract. I mean.
No, because it makes a big difference.
Right. Yeah. Mistama with that, with a beautiful question. That since, you're right. So everybody in town knows that it belongs to a goy, but it still has it belongs to a goy now. But the question Rabbi Yaakov is asking, I don't understand. People coming from Eretz Israel, collecting money. What are they gonna say? This town is Mechalev Shabbat. They open a bed house, for bed house on Shabbat. So the choira, that will be the contract. When you're selling, you're not selling the name. You're just selling the bed house. Remove every memory of the name of the Jew. Okay, makes sense. A lot of sense. Okay, Tetvav. So are we there with me? Okay, Tetvav bevei dira. So go back to for a second to Tetvav in Haggah. It says like v'chen im yesh mirchatz beveit dira. Oh. So what does this mean? We were perplexed, right? Is it a community where there's a bed house, or it's a apartment building where there's a bed house? So there he said, the rabbi, and only people that use this bed house, only the residents, immediate residents. And they would know, here's our scenario. And they would know that the bed house now belongs to a goy. Now they changed the management. So everybody in the community, in that little shtetl, everybody knows that this belongs now, is run by a goy on Shabbat. So there's no chshad. Still says the rabbi, yesh omrim she'asur, still will be prohibited. Chenikar ve'im avar ve'izkiro b'makom ha'asur, yesh omrim she'shacharo mutar. Some say, if in that town there was no rentals I was just going back in the halacha in Haggah. So we're talking about in the town where it's not common to rent the houses to bed house to go in. There will be asur. Some say yesh omrim she'shacharo mutar. So some say no, even in a place where it's prohibited, it will be allowed. Again, why? Why? Because there's no chshad here. You're not doing anything. You're just renting it to a goy. The whole scenario of the goy renting is because people will be suspecting that you're doing money on Shabbat. But over here there is no. Even if makom asur will be mutar. Why? Let's see. So the Rabbi explains. The very important point. It's not in a public bed house. It's only in one of it's in a private, secluded area. Therefore, even the people who are not not using the bed house there, only the ones that are in the community, it's allowed. The anashim achirim lo yodu im yesh sham marchatz, because other people from the community, from the outside of the world, will not know that there is a bed house. Everybody in the bed house knows, in the community knows that it's rented to a goy. If however, out of community, of the immediate community, people come from Brishut Arabim, from other parts of town, sorry. Shari, the anashim. Okay, the whole point is because they don't know. Anashim acherim halon yitparsem sheyesh sham merchatz. So now that since people from outside come and use the bed house, now everybody's going to know there's a bed house here. Ve'oto hamerchatz nikra mikvar al shem Israel, and over there it belongs to a Jew. Everybody knows it's Sofer's bed house. Sheyiru achar kach she'ashan yotze mimenu. And when they see the smoke coming out of the bed house, so they will say that the goy is working for the Jew on Shabbat, for the Jew specifically. It's all talking about when it's in his private house or private community. אבל אם הוא עומד ברשות הרבים במקום רועים, however, if the bed house is in a public domain, right? Even though, sometimes you have the community and there's a bed house outside. The entry is from the community only, but from outside, everybody knows there's a bed house here. אז אפילו אם אין רוחצים בו רק אותן שבביתו במקום אסור, it will be totally prohibited. This is talking about where is the heter, as long as it's inside the community and it's hidden from the outside world. But once the outside world knows that there is what's his name, that it belongs to a Jew, and now even the goy rented it, and the goy will start the process of working on Shabbat. They will say is that the Jew owns this bed house, and now the Jew is making the goy work for him on Shabbat. Okay, the case is like this. So you have a community, right? Or you have a apartment building where everybody knows there's a bed house here, only for the community, only for this. Now, if the bed house is situated in the middle, where it's hidden from the whole world, right? Now the boy rented it. The guy wants to run it the Shabbat. The community people also. There's 1,000 people, 500 Jews, 500 non-Jews. So he wants to rent it for Jews. So there's not a problem, even though the bed house belongs to the Jew, because everybody in the community and nobody, as long as nobody from outside uses it. But the moment that everybody uses it from outside and it's situated on the edge of the property, and the edge from outside people will see that the goy is working it, that'll be a soul. Even though everybody just knows in the community that it belongs to a goy now.
Okay, that's because there's still the Jewish name on it.
Because it has a Jewish name on it, right. The הכל יודעים, הנה, he's explaining. The הכל יודעים שיש שם מרחץ, והנה הכל יודעים שהזכירו לאינו ידי. Because everybody knows that there is a bed house there, and not everybody knows that he rented it to a goy. כן כתבו הרבה אחרונים, so he says that's how a lot of rabbis explain. Okay, ויש מקלים עוד, some have a hitter, some have a leniency, דאם הוא עומד ברשות אחרת בפני עצמה, שלא בחצרו. אז אפילו רוחצים בו גם אנשים אחרים, אפילו אח שי. מסתם אין הכל יודעים שהוא שלו, רק אותן השכנית של המרחץ. So he says like this, however, in a situation where the bed house is outside of, not in this immediate area, or not in the community, or not in his bed house, not in his house, it's somewhere totally isolated, right? So there are some going to be allowing the goy to rent it. Why? כי אין הכל יודעים שהוא שלו, רק אותן השכנים שלו המרכז, מסתם נתוודע להם גם את זה שהזכירו לאינו יהודי. So again, so it says in this scenario that let's say it's this bed house is either outside of the community or not where the
outside the community. Like where there is not a Jewish community. Yeah.
Well, there is no Jewish community. Let's say like we have the Mifanim factories, right? They're outside of town. That's one of the rules. If you have a factory, they're allowed to work even on Shabbat, all 24/7 because the machines are working, right? But if it's in town, it will be a asur, right? But if it's out, so it sounds like the same scenario here. Saying if it's out of sight, even though it has a Jewish name on it, everybody already knows that the goy is running it, because goy is going to be renting it from a goy, a Jew, and then it will be knowledgeable to everybody. And we're not worried this on Shabbat. There's no Jews walking around there. Shabbat, they'll say, "Oh, this guy is working for the Jew."
There's a way.
That's right. Because they're outside, they're not there, they're not visible. Okay, let's end here. We're going to continue to design, hopefully tomorrow. בעזרת השם, ברוך ה' לעולם, אמן ואמן. Whoever needs to go for פרנסה, לכו תתפרנסו בשקט ובנחת, should be easy and everything, בשמחה.
Amen.